One of the finest ever entrepreneurs whom I met is Chinu. How you started off in Mumbai? How you started off from the streets?
So I had some issues with my family and I was hardly 15, but I was strong-headed. So I've been strong-headed and that's why I also have a tagline which I say, मैं ज़िद्दी हूँ इसीलिए मैं हूँ. When you've seen Hunger like that closely, I think I would have gone to Bombay Central and seen people, sleeping there on the floor. And I felt that शायद वहाँ पे रह सकते हैं. Anyways, I was there and then my journey started. As a door-to-door sales girl, we used to go and knock at more than like 80, 90, 100 houses. You realize कि life मुश्किल है. Selling is still difficult. They just said, हाँ ये bag है, अगर बेचोगे तो पैसा मिलेगा. Like, okay, बेचने की कोशिश करते हैं. That's how the journey started.
Welcome everyone to the first ever Voice of Champions session with Chinu Kala. I'll start with something that's slightly different, and it's a detour from the current conversation. Every story, typically every literary device, typically focuses on an instrument called the arc of the hero, the rags to riches story. And one of the finest ever entrepreneurs whom I met, who represent that clear arc, is Chinu. Chinu's story clearly starts right from zero, and that's what we'll discuss today. And I hope you'll all enjoy and take a lot of learnings from Chinu's own entrepreneurial journey. Thank you, Chinu. Thanks for making it here.
Glad, happy to be here.
Chinu, I think everyone knows about you as founder of Rubans and also someone who came on Shark Tank. But beyond that, for the audience, do you want to go back to how you started off in Mumbai? How you started off? I should not say that, but how you started off from the streets?
So I really have a very, very long journey, and because we're doing this session in Bombay, it's even more special because this is where my journey started, at a Bombay Central railway station. So I had some issues with my family and I was hardly 15, but I was strong-headed. So I've been strong-headed and that's why I also have a tagline which I say, मैं ज़िद्दी हूँ इसीलिए मैं हूँ. शायद ज़िद्दी नहीं होती तो बहुत पहले गिव अप कर चुकी होती. So because I was so level-headed, so there was some major argument and I left home with just 300 rupees in my pocket. Went to Bombay Central railway station because at that age, I think I would have gone to Bombay Central and seen people, sleeping there on the floor. And somehow in my mind, I felt that शायद वहाँ पे रह सकते हैं. I thought वो घर नहीं है, but people can sleep there. So when I saw that, and I took a train without ticket because ticket की तो ना उतनी knowledge थी, ना उतने पैसे थे. Without ticket, I reached there. I slept there on railway station, and within few days of 2 days of crying, that scary night that I spent on the station. Whole night I was crying. I was hungry. When you've seen Hunger like that closely, you realize कि life मुश्किल है. Or also, I think at that time, nobody was having this conversation with kids कि बेटा, the food that you get on your table, the house that you live in, someone goes out and works for 30 days for this.
It's a privilege.
It's a privilege. It is not something that every kid is getting. So, but this is never discussed at home. So, no one tells this to their kids. But there are a lot of kids I see who really feel कि यार पैसा तो ATM से आता है ना, right? But पैसा तो ATM से नहीं आता है. So, anyways, I was there, and then my journey started as a door-to-door sales girl. I think one of the toughest job of that era that was, because we used to go and knock at more than like 80, 90, 100 houses, and the success rate was hardly I would be able to sell maybe 2 or 3 coasters or a knife in a day. So that's the kind of job I have done. So
you would carry a bag of
I would
10
carry
kgs?
Yeah, my weight itself was like 35 kg, and I was carrying maybe 15 kg ka wo bag, which had floor cleaners. That time it was called Finel. I don't know if today's generation know what that word is, but that time those Lysol did not exist. So there was a Finel bottle which used to be 1 liter, and then there were knife, coasters, basically household items, and the bag would be full of it. And when I saw that bag at that age, I thought, "Arey, ye to, every house needs it."
Yeah.
So I'll be able to sell it fast. But the reality is that selling is difficult. Even if you have a product that every household needs and every person needs, selling is still difficult. Which is even now, like selling is difficult. Even like today at Rubans also, the amount of work we do and the way we have created that ecosystem where we are able to sell. Because I really believe कि यार सबसे मुश्किल सेल होती है. आप ब्रांडिंग भी कर लोगे, आप पैकेजिंग भी कर लोगे, आप बैनर भी लगा लोगे, आप होर्डिंग भी पैसे होंगे तो लगा ही लोगे, बट बेच तो लो, रिपीट तो बुला लो कस्टमर को वापस. सो so I'm mixing both.
No, no.
Because because that is like a very old story. So I'm just telling you how how what I've learned from that and how I'm stitching it even now in the journey that I've created at Rubans and the brand that I created. So yeah, I used to go knock doors, fail more than 90 times every day, and that is why I'm not scared of failures. Downwards company and the journey of Rubans, we have seen so many downs, but I never gave up because इतने फेलियर और इतने वो डोर स्लैम्स की आदत हो गई थी कि
रेजिलियंस आ गया.
हाँ मतलब मुश्किल तो कुछ लगता ही नहीं है. So then fast forwarding a few years.
So just on this, how
yeah.
did you end up, like, who advised you to get into that salesperson's job?
Yeah, I think I was very lucky. I met some nice lady. I still thank her in my prayers because I don't know who she was.
And people say women don't support women.
Yeah, people say yes. No, women support women. Today we support women. So this lady, I was crying and I was crying. I was weeping. I didn't have money. I had not eaten anything. And one thing I remember about this whole thing and money, is that I had 300 rupees. I remember I went and bought like a vada pav, which was for 5 rupees. And then I come back and and I don't know, I was young. I'm still bad at maths, numbers.
You are the CEO. Chinu, nobody will believe you.
I'm still bad with numbers. But I'm like coming back and I'm like, ये 300 रुपए में कितना वड़ा पाव आएगा, कितने दिन खाना मिलेगा, कितने दिन मैं ये स्टेशन पर बैठ सकती हूँ. I'm doing those kind of calculation. And this lady, she came to me and obviously I was too young. She said, go home. What the hell? ऐसा थोड़ी होता है. मम्मी पापा तो डांटते ही हैं, मम्मी पापा तो मारेंगे भी. और she said, just go home. I said, no, tell me. And she was doing this job. She had a big bag. And the beauty of this job at that time was there was no experience required, no certification, because anyway, this is not like a salaried job. This is a commission job. So we get paid on the pieces we sell. If we are not able to sell the pieces, then you don't get paid anything at the end of the day. So this is how she gave me one address. I reached there. I was very young. But those people, I think at that time, this age, child labor, all of that was not there. So they just said, हाँ ये bag है, अगर बेचोगे तो पैसा मिलेगा. I'm like, okay, बेचने की कोशिश करते हैं. So that's how the journey started.
So there is this quote by Benjamin Franklin: "Energy and persistence conquer everything."
Yeah,
so
it does.
So you just persisted, and after that, how did life? Where did life take you?
So now here I was doing door to door. I think about 2 years from that time, someone told me that there is a job opportunity in Surat. Surat was known for textile. I mean, they have this huge textile markets, right?
Yeah.
Like each market will have more than 500 shops. So someone told me कि इधर तो आप घर घर जाके काम कर रहे हो. वहाँ पर it felt like a promotion. It felt like level up. Because now I was supposed to go shop to shop.
Yeah.
And I was doing space selling, Yellow Pages, and those cable mein there used to be like those ads and all that. So now I was doing shop to shop. I felt थोड़ा upgrade हो गया है, So कुछ नहीं था, एक थैली थी, 3-4 कपड़े थे, एक पेयर slipper था, वो बस थैला उठाया, and I took a train. It was 4 hours from Bombay to Surat.
So you'll stay in Bombay and every day you'll take a train?
No, I moved to Surat and I started doing this space selling job.
Yeah.
That also I learned a lot because now I was, going shop to shop, selling things. And again, my sales experience has come from a door to door, shop to shop. Again, there also the success rate is not high because someone will say, "Abhi time nahi hai, jao." Abhi customer hai, don't come. All of that continued. Like the journey kept becoming tougher only. As you, I think, grow, it doesn't get easy. It rather gets little tough. So that's what I kept
And
doing.
this was what? This was a salaried job, or this was
This
again
was a
commission?
salaried job. This was a salaried job.
This was a salaried job.
Yeah.
And from Yellow Pages, then what next?
Yellow Pages, by then I had understood PR very well. I was good with my communication. And Gujarat was a place where they had a little value for English speaking people. And that time I used to speak a good English. Like I had learned by then.
You still speak English.
Sorry,
Good English.
that time it was a big thing. Today it
Yeah.
comes naturally to me, but that time it was a big thing. And so I got a job of a receptionist there later. So I kept evolving. I just kept working any job that came to me. And even something that I'm missing out, I've also when I was working as this door to door, the money was not enough for me to pay my rental, also eat food. So I used to also work as a waitress in the evening in a restaurant. That job I used to actually do to get my food. They used to say, "Jitna khana chahiye milega." It meant a lot.
Yeah.
And because I've seen hunger, I बहुत value थी यार. It's difficult to put in words for me that how value that job was for me, because it used to tell me जितना खाना चाहिए मिलेगा, आप खा के ही घर जाना. So I used to do that job.
And after that?
After that, fast forwarding a few.
How did you land up in Bangalore finally?
Oh, that was after marriage. So, fast forward a few years, I then in Surat only, I met my husband. So I was doing a job of a receptionist. After that, I became how do I put it? Like after that, I started doing a sales manager job. Then I was managing a whole franchisee. Because I was very good with. By then, I had this power of convincing people. Because वो तो door to door जाके दिन में 100 लोगों को किया था. So now I would rather feel very good because now so I was at a franchisee where people were coming to me. I had to convince people who were in the premises rather than me going to them. So that I thought was much easy. And by then I had learned that skill set.
Franchisee of Yellow Pages?
No, franchisee of Tata Indicom. So I was doing that. Then I
Tata Indicom was into landline.
Yeah, that
landline
time I
phone.
was doing that. Tata Indicom. That's where I met my husband.
Oh, nice.
So he was a franchisee manager. That's where I met him. Then we got married, and post that again. Fast forward a new.
That decision would have been tough, right? Like you would have been super specific about building a happy home.
Yes, that's a rule in the house.
Yeah.
The first time I'm saying this in public, but
First time someone is asking you.
yes, but I have that rule of a happy house because that means a lot to me because I've seen a broken house. So my whole journey has happened because my mom never stayed with us. She used to live in Saudi Arabia and I used to live with my stepmother. So happy home, and I have a rule at home के घर के अंदर लड़ाई नहीं होगी. So if we have to fight, we have to go on a drive. So if we have to fight, we have to go to a coffee shop. So there you can't raise your voice. You have to be at a level.
By then the fight would have subsided.
Yeah. So he's like angry. I'm like, no, we need to go on a drive because we can't fight in this home. So I have that rule. Simple. We don't fight inside the house.
No, by the way, Amit gets angry. I don't think so.
He does. We both do.
But Amit is also in Surat, and you
Amit
both
was also in Surat. Yeah, that's where I met him.
And you both decided to come to Bangalore.
He got transferred. We then were in. We lived in Goa. We lived in very beautiful places. We lived in Goa. We lived in Chandigarh, Delhi, and then finally to Bangalore.
And during this time, you were not working.
I've been working throughout my life. I don't remember a time when I was not working. Yeah, but about a year I took a break, and after that, so I was in. I'll tell you from when I was in Goa, and so Goa, I got an opportunity for being a part of Mrs. India. That time, Gladrax Mrs. India was really, really big. And
This is what year?
2007, I think.
2007.
7, 8, yeah.
Yeah,
Mrs.
yeah.
India, Gladrex was really big. So I actually wanted to become a makeup artist. I came to Bombay to do my makeup artist course from Bharat and Doris. And that's where I met few models and they said, "Arey, tum to bahut pretty ho, tum modeling kar lo." Kabhi, I never thought about it like that. In fact, where I come from, to be honest, there was a time where I would flip the magazines and feel, यार ये लोग कहाँ रहते हैं, like इतने खूबसूरत लोग कहाँ पे होते हैं और कहाँ रहते हैं, because where I come from nobody looked like that, right? Nobody was so glamorous. So when someone told me you could be a model, I was like top of the world. I was like, अच्छा तो अब मैं खूबसूरत लगूंगी. From a struggling life to looking beautiful was a change. And then I came to Bombay, and then those people they pushed me to participate in Gladrex Mrs. India. I was in top 5. That was a very beautiful, very, very beautiful experience.
That was 2007, 2008?
2007, 2008. That's where I saw where, jewelry would complete the look, I would say. So we were all models. We were 26 models. And we would dress up, we would wear our saris, suits or whatever. And then there used to be a stylist who would come as a final touch, and she would come and give us our jewelries, depending on what outfit we are wearing. And after she would give our jewelry, the whole look would just enhance. So this thought, it stayed with me, कि यार jewelry से ना आप पूरा complete कर लोगे look.
It elevates.
It elevates the look. So this thought stayed with me, but never that time didn't have money or resources or anything, to start something. But this thought was there.
So this is the 100 crore idea.
This is a 100 crore idea. This is where you just observe around you कि क्या हो रहा है.
So how did, 2008, you were in Miss India. You were in the top 5. And Rubans got founded when? 2013? 2014.
Yeah, there's a long journey.
So it marinated for 6 years, the idea?
Yeah, पैसे भी चाहिए थे ना. Yeah, but marinated. More experience I learned. See, by then I had an idea, but you need execution. You need to know how to. So I had started a corporate gifting company, and I'll also tell you why I started a corporate gifting company.
Yeah.
Because someone gave me an idea of a corporate gifting company and said 25,000 में शुरू हो जाएगा. I was like, brilliant. यही करना है जिंदगी भर. Because जब पैसे नहीं होते हैं ना, तो आप ऐसे आइडियाज ढूंढते हो जिसमें शुरू में पैसे नहीं लगे. अदरवाइज अगर जब आपके पास पैसे हैं तो इट्स डिफरेंट, तो आप कर ही लोगे, कुछ ना कुछ तो कर ही लोगे. बट जब पैसे नहीं है तो किसी ने मुझे बोला आपको 10-20 हज़ार के सैम्पल्स खरीदने हैं और कंपनीज के पास जाना है, अपने सैम्पल्स दिखाने हैं. If they give you an order, so corporate merchandising is basically, the t-shirts, the coasters, mats, mugs, which we all see today, like it's very common. So someone told me ये samples लेके आओ, order आएगा तो company advance भी देती है.
Yeah.
20,000 में घर में बैठ के business. Brilliant. And I was good at convincing people. So I started corporate gifting.
So this is again a graduation from doors to shops to companies.
To now companies. And it was again, so it wasn't, nothing is easy. Nothing is easy. Everything is tough. Everything is difficult.
Yeah.
It's got its own challenges. Now I have the samples, but how do I get the orders? So I started going to, corporate offices because Yellow Pages तो बेचने का experience था, उसमें addresses होते थे. So I was good with Yellow Pages and searches. So I used to go to corporate houses and sit there. Nobody's meeting me. Nobody's talking to me. Receptionist को पूछो, she said marketing head will come. I'm like, when will the marketing head come? They will never share numbers, right? And that time they would not even share email IDs so easily. Today, so people have email IDs, written on their LinkedIn bios and stuff. But that time it wasn't like that, right? Yeah. So you had to wait. You were at the mercy of receptionist. If she would connect, if her marketing head is free, all of that. So I started with a very, very interesting line. I spent like 4-5 months, waiting at the receptionist, no orders, nothing. I thought 25,000 bhi gaye, sab khatam. But after that, then I came up with a very good idea. So I started, when I would get an email ID, I would reach that premises, write a subject line which said, trying to reach you for 20 days, waiting at your reception. So this subject line at least made people open the email, because my aim was only that much, that people should open the email. Otherwise, you say catalog, nobody opens, right? You say profile, nobody opens. So I started doing that, waiting at the reception. So the least the marketing head started doing is just look. He would look at the email, and I'm sitting there, okay? It could be 1 hour, 2 hours, whenever he checks that email. So I would dedicate one day for one company. और मैं पूरा दिन बैठूंगी, दिन में एक बार तो email देखेगा ही, कितना भी busy होने दो, right? So I would send that email and wait. And then I would know who that person is, because I by then, identified with, so he will just do this. And 1 or 2 at a time I did this. So that's how I entered corporates. But that was a beautiful journey, and today whatever I've built at Rubans, I think it's because of my interaction with all the corporate heads that, marketing heads that I've interacted with. Fast forward a little time, within a year and a half, I was working with Sam Miller, UB, 5 brands of Sam Miller.
Yeah.
5 brands of UB, Pranorica, 3 brands of Pranorica.
You're only naming all Alcobev brands.
Yeah, because you know what happened? I entered one alcohol brand, and then they started giving me references. But then I also went to media. Aaj Tak was my client. Aaj Tak, Star, Sony, AXN, Radio Mirchi, I think few more.
But that would have been an extremely fledgling business, right?
Yes, that is what the problem was. That I was like, यार इसमें इसको कैसे बढ़ाना है? मतलब इसमें तो I could lose business for like 50 paisa. Like someone is bidding 50 paisa less, and I could lose business. But then I learned a lot, because every day I love storytelling.
Yeah.
I loved how how GNC takes a pride in 90 years of trust, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
So when I was talking to brands, they would talk about, we're there for 25 years, we're there for 10 years, we're there for 100 years. And I was like, what is this? What is this branding where जितने आप पुराने हो, जितना आपने ज़्यादा काम किया है, उतना आपका legacy build हो रहा है.
Yeah, it compounds.
It compounds, which was a thing I think MBA में सिखाते होंगे कॉलेज में. मैंने तो रियल लाइफ में सीखा कि ऐसे ब्रांडिंग होती है, और आप जितना काम करके उसको keep building it together. Like in jewelry, there's a word called piroi. So basically, when we have to make a necklace, right? Every pearl matters, and every pearl you hold it and you put that needle and the thread. It's called piroi, right? So आप brand building के लिए भी आप पिरोते हो चीज़ों को. आप आपका time, आपका.
Is the word stitching? Can you call it?
It is stitching, yeah. It is stitching. For jewelry, the term is piroi. And वो पिरोते हो आप साथ में, right? हर चीज़. तो business के लिए भी मुझे ये समझ में आया कि आपको branding चाहिए, आपको product चाहिए, आपको correct people चाहिए. Because I was dealing with that kind of some of the topmost minds.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then. I had marketing experience, I had branding experience, I had a lot of friends who were in branding, and then I had love for fashion.
And you had a germ of an idea, 100 crore idea.
A chota idea, which also I was lucky to get an idea जिसमें I needed smaller space. So 100 square feet, that's it.
So this business, this corporate gifting business, would have been of a decent scale, maybe 5 crore, 6 crore, maybe more.
No.
Not that much.
थोड़ा कम.
काफी
कम. We were doing about a crore a year.
A crore a year. But even then, at that time, to leave that and then get into another business, that would have been a hard call, right?
Yeah, but I wanted to do something. By then, I had understood. Someone had convinced me of 90 years of legacy. So I had that idea of कि कुछ ऐसा बनाना है जो last करे.
It can last generations.
Last generations, and something that I can literally create for my next generation. And also, the more time I build it, it should become bigger, and not deteriorate. Not like कि अच्छा अभी तो corporate gifting इतने सारे हैं. So that is how I took that plan.
Understood. And then how did you start Rubans? Like, where did you start it?
I started at a 6x6 kiosk at a mall with 3 lakh. It was a second-hand kiosk I bought. It was a used, very old kiosk. I sat and painted it with a black spray paint.
How you had 3 lakhs in your bank account and you had to pay 1.5 lakh for your kiosk.
Yes.
Just the old second-hand kiosk you had to set up. Then you also had to bring in inventory. You had to give some security deposit.
Yes.
How did you manage through all that? Or was there a secret there?
Borrowed some money, requested the mall, just managed, yeah, just managed. Bought just two pieces. When I say inventory, we only got two pieces. We went and we requested the manufacturers. They are like, madam, 2 piece तो retail में भी इससे ज़्यादा खरीदता है. मैंने कहा नहीं सर, शुरू कर रहे हैं, आप help करो and all that. So just pulled it together.
So again, lessons from your salesperson's experience.
Yes, lessons के convince तो कर ही लोगे. सच्चे दिल से काम बात करोगे, convince हो जाते हैं लोग, because आप झूठ नहीं बोल रहे हो ना. Whatever I was saying was the fact कि इतना ही पैसा है, शुरू कर रहे हैं, साथ दोगे तो बड़ा बनाएंगे.
So then the game of life is selling, right? Initially you're selling to vendors at the end, partners at the end of the day.
Yes.
And how did it start? How was the reception in the early days? This is 2014, like you said.
2014.
And where in Bangalore, by the way?
Phoenix Mall.
Phoenix Mall.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice. Yeah. This is one of the most premium.
One of the most premium malls. Yeah.
I think this was one of the first malls or second mall.
Yeah. One of the biggest, like the best mall in Bangalore.
Yeah. And how was it? How was the initial traction, reception to the business idea?
My first store did not do too well. And I'll tell you why. Because this is one lesson I talk about to a lot of new entrepreneurs. So by then, now I started, from where the journey started, I wanted to be really, so I've groomed myself. I've groomed on my style, right? And by now, because I've also been a model, my style had become slightly over the top. Right? And now I bought the products that I loved personally. So now what happened, it was I call it the Vogue moment, okay? Where a woman is flipping the pages and saying, oh my God, I love this, but this is not for me. They love it. They have the cuttings of, a lot of women will have cuttings of those Vogue pictures, on their mirror, and in their room and all that. But do we really wear those outfits? No, we don't, right? So that's what happened. It was like a Vogue moment. So friends, like the girl would get 2-3 friends there and say, oh my God, I love this piece. But yaar, ye to itna party ke liye hai. Main to party jati nahi hu. So my daily wear range sold, but anything and everything that I said, oh my God, this is stunning, did not sell well for me. But I was fast to understand this, take that feedback, and then I recreated the whole range. I recreated the range for my customer. So it was more of what customer wants and not what I like. And this is one mistake a lot of fashion entrepreneurs do, because they start serving the clients what they like.
Yeah.
And the market may or may not like it. If you're lucky, yeah, they would. But not everyone is so lucky. So we have to understand what customer wants. And when I did that, right, then it was a game changer for me.
How did that epiphany come? How did that thinking, like how did you end up with that realization कि you have to start stocking stuff that people want to buy?
So I will see this, all of this will happen when you're closer to your customer, when you're interacting with them directly. I was myself standing in that mall whole day, like 8 hours I used to stand there, 9 hours I used to stand there, right? So मैं ही तो interact कर रही थी. So within a month I understood कि यार, I am on track with the idea, but I'm wrong on my product offering. My pricing was good, my everything else was good. So I just quickly changed it. I was very fast in pivoting this.
And how did it work out then? After 1 month, how did the traction take off?
After that it was a change.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll tell you one of our, something that I'm extremely proud of, that moment, and I would like to share that with you. So my second store, which was in Forum Mall, and that time Forum was a more per square feet yield mall, and not the Phoenix. Phoenix is bigger now.
Okay.
So I was looking for a place there. We were not a brand. We were nobody. Like, this was one housewife, because in spite of me doing business, people still called me a housewife because the business was not so, corporate gifting business was not so big for someone to call me an entrepreneur. So, you know, it was one woman who said, no, I'll make jewelry, I'll make it big, I have a kiosk. And I think for women also what happens is, when you're in fashion business precisely, it takes a lot of time for us to convince people कि यार we're doing serious business. ये hobby नहीं है और ये time pass नहीं है, ये serious business है. उसमें ही बहुत time लग जाता है. So I kept chasing that mall, and that was the best performing mall at that time. So they obviously kept saying देखेंगे, बुलाएंगे and all that. But I kept chasing 6 months. I mean,
this was again for a store or for a
kiosk.
small kiosk?
I could only afford a kiosk. So we had 7 kiosks. So I kept chasing him, and finally he got. So one day I told him, "Sir, please come." And by then he was irritated with my calls and messages and emails. Okay, so I said, "Sir, I really request you, please come. And if you don't like what I'm thinking and what I'm building, it's okay. After this, I'll not bother you again."
Yeah.
He said, "ठीक है चीनू, I'll see you tomorrow. अगर आपको सच्ची में लगता है कि आप कुछ कर सकती हो, then I'll give you a place." Fair, he came. I was ready with my product, ready with my PPTs, ready with all the thought, all the experience, and also I had consumer experience. Something which I missed on mentioning. I've also worked in a fashion store, so I had a lot of experience. And one knack which today is also our strongest point is we understand what Indian women need.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was ready with all of that. Spent 2 hours with him, showing everything. And he said, Chinu, get ready. 90 days you're opening a store in our mall. And now I had 90 days.
Yeah.
No money.
Yeah.
But 90 days. And he got so convinced with my idea that he gave me a place in the central atrium of the mall. That was grand. It was 120 square feet in a central atrium of Forum. So groundwork, which again, entrepreneurs need to do. You know, we all would have seen that the security, they have that number thing. When you walk into the mall, like they have the number, you know, they keep count on walk-ins. I was doing that physically. I was standing and counting how many women are coming in. Literally. Which stores those women are going. How many are going to ethnic store? How many are going to Western stores? What are they buying? What are the bags they have? I was researching all of it. And I was researching their profiles, their age group, their profiles, weekends pe kaun aata hai, family crowd kitna hai, all of that. Then went to again a journey of Rajasthan, Delhi, Kolkata, all that, and got my new set of products. I remember when I opened, it was 120 square feet, and we made a beautiful kiosk, very, very pretty kiosk we made. I put chandelier in the kiosk. This was like a dream. And the first day when we opened, we did a sale of 1.5 lakhs.
Brilliant.
That is how
this
much...
was 10 years ago, 2014,
yeah,
2015.
In day one, it was... Even I could not believe it. Day one, me and my husband were standing at the counter. I am just shocked. Every time someone is coming to the billing counter, I'm like, thank you. Thank you. I'm just doing this because I was so overwhelmed with the experience. You know, thank you for buying what I created.
Yeah.
This first day gave me different level of confidence. And now I had money to buy stocks the first day itself. Also, you know, for this mall, I needed 6 months deposit. I did not have 6 months security deposit. I went to them and said, you know, I have a FD which is going to mature next month. Please give me time. There was no FD. There was nothing. I'm like, देखेंगे ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा क्या होगा, निकाल देंगे मॉल से तो निकाल ही देंगे अब. If you don't have money, you can't do much. Like you have to take a plunge. Like you can't always wait कि यार पैसा होगा तो ये करेंगे, सर्टिफिकेट होंगे तो ये करेंगे, ये हुआ तो ये करेंगे, then तो यार कहीं भी नहीं पहुँचेंगे. As per if I would have followed any of these norms,
yeah,
right, I wouldn't have reached anywhere because I don't have any of this. Neither the certificates. Like I'm a school dropout. So कुछ भी नहीं था, but पैसे भी नहीं थे. So I said, sir, मेरा mature हो जाएगा FD and please don't make me break it, and I will pay you after a month. He was kind, and I think he could see that I was genuine. I really wanted to build something. He trusted me. I did business and got that 6 months deposit in 1 month from that same store, and after a month I paid. But that confidence I had in the product that I was building. And because of, the resilience, the faith, the trust I had, I think even God supported me.
So you said one thing, that your husband was standing with you at the counter.
Yeah.
So when did Amit kind of decide ki, you know what, I'll just support Chino on this 100 crore idea?
We didn't know it was a 100 crore idea. We were just doing our best. But yeah, he joined me about 3 years ago. Not at that time, but in that time, husbands have to do this unpaid labor, right? They have to just stand.
He signed up for that.
Yeah, all the husbands do. And if they don't, I'm sure. Please make them do, because it's important.
So how did this name come up, Rubans? Was it called Rubans then? And what is with this name? Was it stylized the same way, the logo, the way it looks now? Was it done the same way before?
It's been changed 3 times.
Yeah.
And no, Rubans comes from a French word, ribbons.
Ribbons.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And that's how it is stylized also. You have a ribbon.
I have a ribbon.
Yeah.
So that's where it comes from.
Huh.
And it was just one word. Didn't think too much. I was too focused on the product, to be honest. I did not think of anything much. I was like, ye ribbons hai, and it stands for, simplicity, colors, grace. More than anything, ribbon will stand for grace and elegance.
It's for a gift also, right? Typically
Yeah, it's for gifting. Yeah, so I thought it was a beautiful package.
Yeah.
So that's how we came up with the name.
How did you encounter that name? Like, how did that come up? Ki Rubans keh sakte hain
I think
isko?
some friends, some discussion. Wasn't an agency. It was just us. And the first logo was made by one of my friend. On a Saturday, I went to her office and said, she was good with graphic. I said, kuch bana ke de de. She said, हाँ, आजा कुछ कर लेंगे. So that's how we made that first logo was made.
Kafi, again, another theme that's coming is women helping women again.
Women helping women, because I reach out.
Yeah.
And I've been lucky. And also now though I also believe in giving back. So I do a lot for women. But yeah, I've been very lucky to meet some very good people in my life.
So from Ruban, and then this was 2014, 2015. And then how was business going? Was it growing every year? How did you reach 7 kiosks, you said?
Yeah, within 2 years.
Within 2 years, you reached 7.
Yeah.
All 7 in Bangalore.
No, South only. So 3 in Bangalore, then Kochi, Hyderabad, 2 in Hyderabad, and 2 in Hyderabad, 3 in Bangalore, and 1 in Kochi.
And this was in a span of 2 years.
Just 2 years, yeah.
And all were doing fantastic.
Yeah, all were doing great.
And then what next? What happened next?
So we were about 7 crore brand by then. In between this, we had Myntra come to our store. Online was just coming up. So the Myntra category head came to the store and said, "Oh my God, I love your product." She was a client and she loved our product. So
you were not online till then?
No, we were not online till then.
So someone comes to you, someone who is your own customer, says you should be online.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I mean, it's... So she gave her card to my store manager and asked for my number.
Yeah.
And my store manager did not give my number. He said, no, madam ne mana kiya number dene se. I'm like, guy, I mean, it's Myntra. So yeah, that's how our Myntra journey started. And then we were very small. We were just getting about 50, 60 orders a day.
But how did you set up the whole thing? You needed tech, you needed all that processing, you needed reconciliation systems. How did that whole thing, did you hire someone, some consultant to help you out, or what?
We were not so big, so we did not think of all these big words. We were like, shuru karna hai, fir dekhenge. All I needed was one packing guy who will pack, one guy to check the orders. We did not call it tech.
Yeah.
We called it system पे बंदा अभी देख लेगा, you know. So we just did it because we did not worry, because also sometimes because we did not know all of this. Like today, because I think there's so much information, entrepreneurs gets a little worried कि यार ये भी करना है, अब ये भी system बनाना है, अब ये CRM भी बनाना है, अब ये भी बनाना है. I'm like नहीं, आप खुद जितना कर सकते हो कर लो और शुरू तो करो, हो जाएगा. So with that attitude I started. And then we were doing about just 60, 70 orders in a day. Total, we were about a 7 crore brand. That's when we got identified by Myntra because Myntra was working on an accelerator program, which they said we will select about 15 to 20 brands in the country who will make it big in the next 5 years.
Myntra said that they will incubate you.
They will incubate. Yeah, so we were competing. We were two brands who were competing with each other, and so we were much smaller. They were double. They were double digit. We were much smaller than them. But I think what worked in our favor, and what from throughout my journey, one thing that we are very very strong with is our product. So even when we were competing with someone who had double the revenue, we still won, and Myntra invested with us and not with them because we were stronger in our product. So, sometimes I feel brands spend so much time on marketing, packaging, and product के बाद जो चीजें होती है ना, I feel a lot of entrepreneurs, lot of companies, also because the funds are available, like it's a little more easier to get funds. People are spending a lot more time there and lesser time on the product, which long term may becomes a problem.
Absolutely. I think product centricity is more critical than promotion centricity.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, which we had from day one.
Understood.
In fact, I'll tell you, we were selling our products in 5 rupee plastic boxes. No, 3.5 rupee plastic box with a 50 paisa sticker on top, which will come off if you peel it. It would come off. But our product was so beautiful, right? And I'm so thankful to, so many customers who ignored all of that and said, "नहीं यार, product अच्छा है, फिर से लेना है." Our repeat rate was higher even at that time. This is the power of a product, which a packaging or a marketing cannot get you. Marketing can't get you a repeat. Can get you the first client for sure, but can't get you a repeat. But a great product can get you a repeat.
Absolutely. And from there, the Myntra accelerator journey took off.
Yeah.
And then immediately after that, like, was it like Shark Tank happened next, or were there some more hiccups in the middle?
Yeah, there were many hiccups. So from where I build, and I built this whole business myself. Suddenly, about 4 years ago, and I was very happy. We were doing well. We had our name. We had a repeat customers. And one morning, 6 o'clock, I get a call that there is a fire in our office. This is in everything I had, because I have built this business with my husband's salary. So every month we would jot down our expenses and say, इतना खर्च होगा, इतना बचेगा, तो ये business में जाएगा. And we have never saved. Everything today that we have also is in business. So everything was in business. We did not have anything in our bank. So everything was in stock, packaging and stuff.
So by this time you had 6 kiosks.
We had shut our kiosk and we were only online. We were almost like a 30-35 crore brand. We were big. We had already touched about 2 million customers. But suddenly there was a fire in the company, and I lost everything that I had built.
And this office was warehouse also.
This office was our warehouse, our studio. Everything was here, because it was second time that I lost everything. I said, मैंने तो बनाया था, फिर से बना लेंगे. And next day, I remember there was a whole fire going on, and people are trying to shut that fire. Nothing left in the house. Nothing left in the company. Not even a single pen or a diary or a laptop. Thankfully, it was 6 a.m. So no casualty. Everything. Just what we lost was products and money. Thankfully, nothing happened to any team member. I said we'll start working next day morning. People were shocked. My team was like, "How do you start working again? That's not possible. कुछ भी नहीं था." And I remembered my door-to-door sales. So by now I was living in a fancy apartment, and because I live in Bangalore, most of them are techies.
Yeah.
Techies have two laptops always. One is their office laptop, one is their personal. Every techie home will have one extra laptop. So in the night, I go to people's houses and I go and narrate the story. I say, my office has got fire. I don't have laptops to work. I want to restart and I need your help. Can I get a laptop? And this fancy apartment, people were nice. People were kind. I borrowed 11 laptops and came back. Next day morning when my team came, we had 11 laptops on the table. We started again. Then I called up my vendors. I said, "Sir, सब कुछ जल गया है. कुछ नहीं बचा है." It's the worst moment of my life, So I said, "Sir, material चाहिए मगर पैसे नहीं है. मगर अगर साथ दोगे तो डबल करेंगे business." When I did that, people stood by me. Every vendor sent me material. Every vendor said, "Madam, करते हैं, आप डबल करोगे तो हम भी तो डबल करेंगे मैडम." I think I was very lucky. I've been very lucky, you know, to have such kind of associates around me who always supported me. And we did not have an office. We were working from my home, obviously, because I lived in a fancy building. They did not approve of this. And obviously we had to dispatch, you know, the whole process had to start. So our landlord, now we did not have money. People said it's negative, you can't work from where, you know, where you have lost everything. I said, I paid deposit. Negative kya hota hai?
Yeah.
Right. So the landlord said, I have a room on top, which was a glass room, an open terrace, no fan, no AC, nothing. He said, glass room hai, 800 square feet. And our office was 5,000 square feet. He said, वहाँ पे बैठ के आप काम कर सकते हो. So me and my team are sitting in summer in that glass room on the terrace without a fan, without my team. I mean, I'm so lucky to wear a team like that. They stood with me. Huh?
So this premises was above your factory.
Above my office was this premises. Terrace पे एक room होता है ना. Some people make a room on the terrace.
So this office is burnt.
This office is burnt completely. This is about that on the terrace. So we were sitting there.
And your team knew that there is a fire risk still, and then they still came.
No, there was no fire risk because सब कुछ तो जल गया था. यहाँ पे तो कोई wire ही नहीं था. There was nothing. We had to shut it after 6 o'clock because there was no power also there. So there was no fan, nothing. We just sat there. We worked. My team worked in that conditions with me. You know, every day one person would faint. Every day I would be dehydrated. But 3 months we doubled our numbers. 3 months of just redoing everything, just focusing on the work, doing what we were good at. And no Excel could have done this. And I don't know how that double karenge dialogue came from. I don't know if you really asked me to put it on an Excel today, ke batao kaise kiya tha, you know, what is the number crunching you did, this product say into this much. No, this is the power of self-belief. Your systems, your PPTs and Excels fail.
No, more than that, I think I'm reminded of Paul Graham's words. Paul Graham is the founder of Y Combinator. He writes, companies have to be default alive. If they're alive, they will flourish sometime later. You just have to kind of survive through these difficult times. And
we have seen a lot of these difficult times.
No, you yourself said it never gets easy, right?
Yeah,
you just get used to it.
You get used to it. Yeah, you just get used to it. कि भाई ये तो grind है.
And from there, this was 2019, you said. Yeah. And then you immediately had pandemic 1 year later.
Yeah. Then we were non-essential. Then we were not selling. But that was that time for I think every business. But we just stayed afloat. We were very clear. You know, we were having one of the discussions, no, as long as you just stay afloat, it's okay. Yeah. Whether you're making money, not making money, it doesn't matter. You just stay afloat, right? Don't shut, don't give up. Yeah. You will do well.
Yeah.
And do your things right. Like know your product well, know your customers well, build a rapport with your customers. You will do well.
And 2022 or 23 is when Shark Tank happened for you?
Yeah, 2022,
yeah,
Shark Tank happened.
And 23 Jan is when it would have March.
So
April, February, March.
So that year, Shark Tank happened.
Shark Tank happened. And how did you? Did they call you? Did you apply? And when you applied, it wouldn't have been so big also. Shark Tank. That would be the second season.
That was the second season. Yeah. So I mean, no, we applied because I wanted to, you know, be there and talk about my journey and talk about the brand there. And there's a whole registration process. So you have to send a 1-minute note. You have to send your PPTs. You have to send them a lot of details. There's a whole selection process that happens. And I think the first thing was when I entered, I finished my pitch. And before I could say anything, Vinita, you know, and she's on that chair. She's on the judging chair, right?
Yeah.
And she on a national television says that मैंने आपकी, and I had better before that. And
I think you had done Josh Talk.
Yeah, Josh Talk. Yeah. So you know, I had. So she's on a national television. She says that, you know, you're an inspiration to me. when things are low, I think that at least just business is low, I still have food. I still have a house. I still have a support. Wherein someone like you, who did not have, you know, support, money, food, shelter, right? How did you survive? So such a heart touching moment, and I admire her for doing that, because not many people can do it. Appreciate someone else when you yourself are in limelight.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
the whole spotlight is on you.
Yeah.
But you're still someone who can talk about like the other person. So love her for that. Like,
Yeah.
huge respect for her. But yes, going the next step where even Aman said,
Yeah, Aman
"Ha,
said. We met in Bangalore.
yeah,
and
we met in Bangalore." So and then पीयूष बंसल saying, अच्छा अब आप बताओ आपने किया क्या है, because इतनी मैं तारीफ सुन रहा हूँ आपकी. I think he did not know me.
Yeah, he did not know.
And so that was nice.
Anupam also responded very positively.
Anupam was like, I want to invest, you have to come with me. Till last moment he kept saying, you're making a mistake. You come with me. So Anupam was like, really, really, कि आपने, one line he gave me and which have stayed with me, and now today when I go and address a lot of colleges, they say that someone who's learned from life. That is a line, Aman, कि हमने कॉलेज से सीखा है और आपने जिंदगी से सीखा है.
Yeah.
And the way Namita in her best शायरी said कि हमने उस्तादों से सीखा और आपने हालातों से. So a lot of positivity, and I think ours was the only episode where they all danced. I mean, this season I didn't see them dancing with anyone. So yeah, that was the journey.
Brilliant. And what next? I mean, it's been 10 years in business, no? 11 years with just Ruvance.
Yes.
Right? Is the hunger still there to grow?
100%, 100%. So much more. You want the dil mange more, suna aapne, the more you grow, the more you want. So yeah, now I want to take it global. We are still an online brand. We want to go offline. Offline is going to be massive for us next year. And we will go global. So.
Journey to 500 crores now?
100%. Journey to 500 crores.
Brilliant, brilliant. I think now we'll just open up.
Yes.
If there's any questions from anyone, anything that people would like to ask.
So, हम भी एक ज्वेलरी ब्रांड रन कर रहे हैं. So, 4 पार्टनर्स हैं हम. अभी हमको और भी ग्रो करना है. हमारा इंस्टाग्राम अभी 40K के क्रॉस कर गया है सब्सक्राइबर. तो अब हम ये जानना चाहते हैं कि और कैसे इस ब्रांड को ग्रो करें हम.
So, nice to meet you. What's your name?
My name is Narayan. Narayan Prajapati.
Narayan. Okay.
But again, trade secrets will remain secret, boss. Why will?
No, that is true. But I will still guide you. Talk more about the product in terms of what is unique in your jewelry, because देखो jewelry तो मिलती है. We all know. हर product मिलता है, right? आप shoes भी लेने जाओगे, there are 100 brands in that, right? तो आपका प्रोडक्ट कैसे यूनिक है, अगर आप वो वाला कॉन्वर्सेशन करोगे तो आई एम श्योर आपका इंस्टाग्राम और बढ़ेगा. सो आई डोंट नो व्हाट प्रोडक्ट यू इन सिल्वर आर्टिफिशियल.
नो वी आर सेलिंग ऑल द ज्वेलरी, स्टेनलेस स्टील, कुंदन.
अच्छा, सब टाइप का ज्वेलरी बेच रहे हो आप. हाँ, तो ब्रिलियंट. तो जस्ट उसके बारे में और आपको बात करना पड़ेगा, एंड आई एम श्योर यू विल ग्रो.
सो मैं अभी ये जानना चाहता हूँ कि पहले आपने जब स्टार्ट किया था तो आप ज्वेलरी कुंदन का वगैरह सब आप जयपुर दिल्ली से इंपोर्ट करते थे. तो अभी आप खुद मैन्युफैक्चरिंग करते हैं या फिर किस तरह से करते हैं?
अब तो हम खुद मैन्युफैक्चर करते हैं. हाँ. Happy to help anytime if you need any. I'll share the number with you. Happy to help.
Hi Chinu, my name is Kapil.
Hi.
I am into sales. I've been doing sales say from 8 years. So having that legacy of 90 years, as you told, it becomes very easy for us to pitch in the product, Again, there are competitors, there are other products as well, may not be better than us. But still, as you told, see, what was there your mindset when you entered the market, and then you said that there were no competitors and there were competitors being there around you and all. What was your mindset while pitching a product?
Great question. And so what I did, I'll tell you what I did. Our proposition, I was very clear about the proposition I was building. I was like, we will be a value for money product. Okay. So at every price point, it's also got to do with my journey. I am a very value for money. I still buy things on sale. I'm the first one to reach whenever I hear a sale. Okay. And I still do it. So I'm a very value for money kind of a personality, right? So I took that as a thought, then did a research and figured out that when I started, there were two levels of product available. One that was low quality, cheap, literally on roadside. Two, which was expensive, designer, 4 times the price of this. And this is the gap I identified. And then I said, I will give a product which is value for money, even if it is whether it's for $499 or $399. Customer will feel delighted by the product. And that is what made us win.
So at the end of the day, product is obviously the king.
Yeah, and value, pricing. See, pricing, value for what you're giving at that price. And we talk a lot about what we are really giving at that price. It's because also in our category, and I'm sure in your category as well, what happens is everyone will say कि ये health के लिए अच्छा है, right? Today, तो I see like people are saying ये microwave भी health के लिए अच्छा है. Like for every product, they are like ये health के लिए अच्छा है. So how is what and why? Why and how is what I have been talking about, and I think it's the same thing which you guys might be following, and if not, that is the focus that you should take.
Absolutely. I think, Chinu, one takeaway for me in the whole session was the story of how you knocked the doors of all the techies and asked for one spare laptop. I took some time to recollect my thoughts around it. There is only one thought which just stuck with me. There's a line from Harry Potter. Okay. I grew up on Rowling's books. So the line goes like, Dumbledore says, help is always available to those who ask for it at Hogwarts.
Oh, nice. I didn't know this. Yes. Help is available, yes. I asked for it.
You're a living proof.
I ask. I call so many people. Even today, I call founders who are, say, 10 times bigger than me. And I say, I want to catch up for a cup of coffee at your convenience time. And see, you'll have to give back something,
yes.
Right? So I'll be like, if we meet up, I do a podcast for you.
No, you don't tell the secrets, my secrets to everyone of the world, but okay.
Like I'll do a post for you. Now it depends what is your expertise, but you have to give something in return, but then it's possible.
Thanks a lot, Chinu. Thanks a lot, everyone, for spending your time here. And Chinu, on a parting note, today is Women's Day. So
yes.
Happy Women's Day.
Thank you.
I should have started, but apologies that I'm ending with this. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot, everyone.